We have something to talk about for Friday the 13th. Thank God it's been way too long. And there's a certain director out there that wants to, you know, help Jason come back to the big screen. And I'm really kind of excited about it. So let's talk about this. What's going on, guys? This is very exciting for me as a huge Friday 13th fan since I was a little kid. Been waiting for it to come back on the big screen. And although it doesn't look like that's going to happen just yet, we do have some news that I found very interesting and I wanted to share with you guys from our good friends at Bloody Disgusting. But first, if you haven't hit the like button, please do. It helps to support the channel and I'd appreciate it. If you aren't subscribed to the Night Watch Zone, this is the time to do it. So please do it and join our fantastic horror and movie community. So, Bloody Disgusting has a new article that just came out talking about the Terrifier 2 director, Damien Leone, wants to take a stab at a Friday the 13th movie. Whoa. All right. I really dig that idea because of what we saw in Terrifier and, of course, in Terrifier 2. So, we got to talk about this article that is up on Bloody Disgusting. It says Damien Leone has proven himself to be a master of the modern slasher with Terrifier and last year's Terrifier 2, and head of Terrifier 2 returning to theaters November the 1st. And that was along with the exclusive sneak peek at Terrifier 3. Leone has expressed a desire to bring his particular brand of gory madness to another popular horror franchise from the past. Now, you know what? I'm going to tell you what. I definitely think that of all the major franchises that this would be the one that would definitely kind of be in his wheelhouse. I mean, if you look at what Terrifier is and what Art the Clown is, I definitely think Jason kind of fits in his wheelhouse. So this doesn't surprise me whatsoever. It really, really doesn't. But the article goes on to say that Leone said, quote, I've been on record for quite some time now saying if I could ever remake one slasher film, it would be Friday the 13th. This is what he told Slash Film in a new interview this week. The filmmaker continues, Jason was always my favorite slasher since I was a little kid. And I think that there's a way to, I mean, my approach would be to keep it in the 80s, honestly. I would have it take place in the early 80s. I would try and make him as scary as possible because I feel like that's something they kind of lost as the movies went along. You just start getting too comfortable with these villains and you need to be scared of them again. Believe it or not, I've gotten to talk to some people who are execs who are in charge of that franchise. I think I'm still a little too obscure on that Hollywood list of people that they would approach to direct that film, Leone also notes during the chat with Slash Film. Now, let me just say one thing. First of all, and I've talked about ideas for the franchise and things that I'd love to see, things that we've heard out there as rumors, and of course, just a lot of fan theory and speculation, which is very fun to do. I absolutely love the franchise. Like I said, I mean, one of my favorite possessions is my Scream Factory box set of Friday the 13th, which is fantastic. Plus my Crystal Lake Memories um, documentary on Blu-ray and the book and the companion book, which is amazing. But I have to agree with Damien that putting it in the 80s, I think would be a very good idea. Now, if you think about how they did things with the reboot, is modern times, and I don't think that it worked against it necessarily, but that movie just didn't have the same charm. And of course, charm is something that's very hard to replicate. I think it'll still be very difficult to replicate, but if we take any cues from another popular horror franchise with another fantastic horror icon. And yes, I'm talking about Michael Myers. I'm talking about Halloween Kills. And yes, I'm talking about the 78 recreation scene. If it is done, if it's executed correctly, you can get that vibe from back in the day. Now, I don't know how it would go with Damien at the helm. All I know is that I've enjoyed the Terrifier films, and he's fantastic with practical effects and his ideas and his visual style and so forth. But I do think that there is a really good chance that he could bring that gritty, old school 80s type of feel to a new Friday 13th movie. And so I really dig it. I like the fact that that's what he wants to do. Now, the article goes on to say what's going on with the Friday 13th franchise? Well, as we all know, After years of legal issues, Jason Voorhees is finally set to return in a brand new TV series from Peacock, A24, and Brian Fuller, who worked on Hannibal, that is titled Crystal Lake. The expanded prequel television series will feature both Jason and Mrs. Voorhees, and it's likely it'll be slashing into our lives sometime next year. There's nothing going on with the Friday 13th film franchise at this time, but it's hard to imagine a better fit for the property than Damien Leone. A Leone directed Friday 13th movie would no doubt guarantee some of its most brutal carnage the franchise has ever seen, and his handling of a fellow silent killer, Art the Clown, suggests he'd do Jason justice as well. I agree. There's no doubt about it. I think he would be a great fit for the franchise. I think it'd be fresh blood. He's very passionate about filmmaking, as we have seen in the Terrifier films. And anytime I've seen him in an interview or read anything that he's been interviewed in, he's got a passion for horror, guys. And I think that that's something that we definitely need. And from there, we can work from there. You get the cast and crew, you get the right person to portray Jason. My vote is still go with Derek. Derek is still ready to go. He's still in great physical condition. I just saw him at the convention a couple weeks ago, which was fantastic. He's still a great guy. Get someone like Derek to portray Jason. Get the makeup and get the hockey mask. Get all that situated the right way, and boom, we could really go and get a great Friday 13th. I think it's absolutely doable. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Would Damien be a good fit for Friday the 13th? Would this be a direction that you think the franchise should go in as far as it coming back to the big screen? Because again, guys, think about this. It has been 14 long years. And by the time anything is situated, it's still going to be at least another year or two. So we're talking about, man, we're going to be heading almost close to 20 years before we get a Friday 13th film. And that's just way too long, man. You got to strike while the iron's hot. Slasher films are doing so well right now, and you've seen it even with other legacy franchises. There is absolutely no reason why we shouldn't be able to get a Friday 13th film developed and put out there within the next 3 or 4 years. I just think it should happen. I really, really do. I think it's the right time for it as well. So let me know. Do you think Damien would be the person with the vision and obviously the special effects, the practical effects skill to do it? Let me know in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Have a discussion. Also, if you haven't hit the like button, please do. It helps to support the channel. I'd appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please do that as well. Join our community as we talk about our favorite movies and especially our favorite horror movies. So watch some more movies, guys. I'll talk to you later. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace.